Alright, ladies and gentlemen, back live on the show here. Apologies for the late stream issues there. Currently, we're, like I said, dealing with those glitch graphic gremlins on our end, so we wanted to kind of fight them off, kind of fix them out a little bit, and thankfully we were able to accomplish that. I do apologize deeply for the wait times there. But now that we are back here on the show, we are back on the call here, we're currently looking on as the field stretches their way through into the positions. So 52 laps out of 100 so far completed here. The field's stretching more as they go and farther down into the playing fields here. Roy Larson Jr. and the number 00 here moving further ahead, but 14 spots up. No quit, no give. Troy Radford and the 94 man, he is absolutely bringing the speed and bringing the power to the track, and that is no joke there. So I believe we only lost about 3 or 4 laps in that mix, so I do apologize for those that may have missed, but I guarantee you didn't really miss anything. The field was still in their position when we left them. I think the only thing that might have changed is Holloway going into pit road now and also kind of taking in a strategy here. So 26 back in pit road already. Cody Griffin is going to be our new leader as DJ Mitchell and Todd Poston trying to catch up to him there. Looking in down of the field here right now, DJ Mitchell trying to stay out of the 0-3, and you can see that tight corner exit for the pit road and the entry of it. That is not going to be for the Veda Hard. That's going to be one of their toughest places to deal with as Mitchell now deals the lead. And Larson Jr., Paulson, and Pottle have entered into pit road now. Looks like Larson Jr. may be giving a few words of advice down there to a good old friend of ours, I'd say. Probably kind of looking in at that, kind of looking in at the field here. Parking all down off pit road here. Len McNeese now looks like he's going to take the race lead away. So a bit of a shot there for him under the dark, kind of a shot to really kind of make control of this race for him and his team. I think it's about time we also kind of take a look at our pit strategy here and see the time links we're seeing right now on these guys. Currently, this is what we're looking at here. It's been a long road for some of them. For other roads, it's been pretty much kind of take and go what you can, take and go where you need to. Pit stop stints and links definitely showcasing that and then some. As Holloway has been pretty much kind of in the middle in terms of when he goes in and when he goes out. Todd Poston, though, about right on his command, right on his feet, trying to stick in there with him. Poston looking to try to get a move off here off turn number 4. Holloway looking to try to advance him out as the Kisses 26 machine stays in control. I'm pretty sure as well that should be the last time we have to deal with the glitch graphic gremlins attacking our overlays and attacking our live timing system here. I know you guys do not like it when it has to happen, but really not much I can do about it there, folks. Ed McGee, the 84 machine, kind of streamlined the Western Auto Group machine right up on the top bracket here as Cody Griffin trying to make a move off on him. He is successful. Mitchell, much the same vein, the same lane. Still got 42 laps remaining here. And a bit of smoke coming down there for McNeese. Looks like he gets into wall protection, trying to avoid the rest of the field. Here comes Griffin on the inside. Not been a whole lot of passing opportunities or a whole lot of areas to pass from, but it seems like drivers have indeed learned their lesson from the previous races and now kind of taking a bit of a step back, if you will. Kind of slow down their own ways, their own positioning, and try to make sure they can just make or break their season out, whatever they got. Back in the pack though right now. Gonna get a little travel side here from the 94 Troy Radford. He's going one-on-one here with Gordon Larson Jr. in the double O. Both guys here are making some great headways and strides here to try to take down the other. Radford being extremely patient here with Larson Jr. I actually got a good jump on him there from the turn, so he was able to make the pass. Taking over the 6th spot here. Larson Jr. though looking on, trying to see where the momentum can come from and where he can keep the speeds alive at, as the rest of the other field currently struggle to kind of survive out here as we go on board here with Russ Hancock. I think it's time to give you guys like a little insight about why Texas is being so tough to tame here. Well, there's really one big issue here with this place, and that's always going to be the banking and the travel, the treacherous nature of turn 1 and 2. Really just showcases how difficult it is to keep momentum under control and keep yourself in a good position. And then especially with 3 and 4, when you're trying to get the car to actually rip around and stay in control of its own destiny, then becomes a bit of a hazard. As you see them roll off that exit and really kind of roll into position. Everything matters in the fine line, and you just cannot be getting timid to it. Field now working their way through pit stop cycles and pit through the field as well. Currently we're seeing Holloway looking to try to take down Todd Poston for the 3rd straight week, but the problem is right now is he may be in a bit of a bind here. Coming down around the corners here, and Poston fought so hard to get around Holloway. Forgot about the guys in the back. Cody Griffin out for revenge, and he's out for some payback. He's trying to get every driver he can, trying to get everything that moves out of his way. The determination and the intensity is truly starting to show itself with the 0-3 camp here, as the field is currently just in a deadlock of position or speed. But remember, they only get so much in terms of that tire wear and then in terms of that fuel mileage, so they cannot overdo it. They have to make both sets of tires last through the 100 lap, while also making sure that fuel isn't cooked up or turned too much in between. Well, Griffin doesn't seem to mind or really care too much. Here we go. Battle for the lead. And Poston backing off early. He now fights in late. It seems like the top 5 to the top 10 has really been the only drivers that have been able to kind of make a little bit of a fight out here and really trying to showcase what they're going to bring to the table, what they're going to bring to to the line here. And it looks like we're getting a bit of that again here. Down to the final 32 laps remaining, and Holloway and Griffin watching laps carefully, watching their speeds carefully, trying to outmatch the other. Sean Robinson way up on the wall protection, trying to avoid any contact, trying to avoid any situations there. Holloway doing a great job defending and blocking when he needs to, but you can see even he can't do it forever. Griffin, he's got to run, he's got a seam, and he's going to sneak it on his inside. Slight contact. Holloway trying to blow him down the bottom. Griffin not appreciating that too much, especially when you get a little too close, and he bites back. Griffin gets the 26 through turn number 3, and Holloway now for the first time today is going to get trapped in a very bad spot. Griffin, your new leader. That's some aggression right there, and again, I don't blame Griffin for not holding back, but at the same time, I still think that could have been a very bad little situation if he just could have let off a slight bit. But again, when you're racing with these cars, you just can't do that. Holloway at the same time, though, he can't be making mistakes like that and thinking they'll let off for him. You pack these things in on a track like this, you expect them to be a little easier? Oh no, that's not how it works, my friends. Top boats are kind of getting trapped behind as well. The rest of the field just kind of eking and battering their way through the field and through the march of the charge. Derek Paulson right now looks like he's making a bit of a run back here through the field. Len McNeese doing much the same over Russ Hancock. Hancock in the 343 lets him by, lets him through. Hancock, you saw earlier on too, struggling to keep the car under control and keeping it out of problematic territory here. Doesn't seem like he's getting any better or any easier on it. Gordon Larson Jr. right now, the number 00, currently also strength in numbers, strength in speed, trying to stick it with the 94 Troy Radford. See if maybe he can get him to top 5 per category here, but that's still a very far-ended position to have to work around. Holloway somehow, someway moving back into the second spot. Scotty Griffin just starts to really wane these fields down and really starting to build the pressure on. Not completely sure that's what he had in mind in terms of to go for and go through, but looks like this thing has completely edged itself in and kind of edged out the rest of the track. But will it be able to stick? It's beyond the time to tell. And Holloway and Griffin both going at the same time. Mitzel and Poston stay out. Mitzel and Poston right now probably just kind of eking the other to go for the move or go for the run here and hope for the best, but it looks like they are kind of smarter than the other. Maybe kind of playing a little bit of possum. Poston going up top in the middle here. Again, maybe sliding up a bit more than I think he's realizing. Again, we're seeing so many drivers sliding around and really having a hard time controlling the car and controlling the speed here. Eric Blau going to bring it right back out as well here, looking to take something out of it. Tim Williams going to muscle it right in between Cody Griffin, and he looks to take over his position. Griffin knows it can't be slowed down right now. This is not a good spot. He is getting slowed down. Daniel Holloway actually 9 seconds ahead. I don't know what Griffin down there did there, but I think he might have got himself into trouble. If he did, then this is not a good place to be put into and not a good place to deal with. Len McNeese now defending off Holloway as Poston and Mitzel are in pit road. Holloway Looks like he might have got himself a bit of a silver chariot to ride off into the sunset because he just got himself a break. And Poston and Mitchell not able to get ahead of him in time. Holloway gonna return to the top spot. Mitchell and Poston looking on as well. Radford earlier on dealing with the likes of that 00 of Gordon Larson Jr., but now seems to have kind of found himself in a bit of more of a threshold. Charles Whitehead passed up by Eric Blount as he's already been a couple laps down. 51 just right now at this point, just probably trying to stay out of trouble and just hope for the best in this case. And it's not working out for him in any case, even for that matter. Chantal Flower, we saw her earlier on putting on a tremendous fight there in the top 5. Looks like she may have overdone it though. She said earlier, can't let the tires get too cooked up or can't overdrive it. Well, it looks like she might have done that a little too much there. She's going one-on-one with Michael Pratt in the 77, and Pratt really surprised me because remember, if you look at where he qualified and you remember where he qualified at, he was 3rd on the grid. He is 16th right now. Not exactly what I think him or anyone really had in mind for that level on that playing field. Holloway only about a second ahead right now of the 2 front runners right behind him trying to catch him. As we look at Mitchell's time versus Holloway's time, you can see Holloway has given up time to Mitchell there. That is not going to help out his case or help out his cause. He knows he's coming up for him too. Right back on around here. Russ Hancock once more falls back to another few positions here. Gordon Larson Jr. keeping Cody Griffin back behind him, it looks like. Larson Jr. probably looking at the overall picture and probably knowing that if he doesn't keep defending off guys, he's going to be kind of trapped behind the pack, behind the 8-ball. Again, Derek Paulson's in pit road. Looks like he's going to take his final pit stop. The LiDAR seemingly are trying to do here. I mean, we keep flipping around for the drivers to see you guys like who's where and what's going on, but really the story has been all day long just how well do you hang on and how long do you go before you got to make that pit stop. Holloway gonna go back in now, so it looks like he's already kind of low on the fuel reserves. They're at a pit a lot too, so that even makes it more difficult to really guess the time to strategy. I would usually say, well, maybe they're just going in for fuel and then taking quick set tires, but no, this is actually fuel and then that's it. Tires wise, they've all used it, so now at this point, lock and load and hope for the best. 18, now 17 laps remaining. Holloway gonna bring it back out. They're going to roll up on the 26 here. Mitchell and Poston got serious momentum caving down. Holloway, though, driving right up in between them. Trying not to allow them to get too far ahead of him there. And Holloway really ripping it in through the corners there. He got it right on Poston, and now he is trying to get ahead back to Mitchell. I mean, the pit strategies are going to really vary between those two. He knows he's got to kind of be his own constable and variable here. Constant and variable, not constable. That's a whole different subject and thing. I don't know what I just said there. A little bit of a battle back here between Troy Radford and Derek and Mr. Tim Williams. Tim said earlier, if I could just get the strategy to work out or I could stay out of trouble, I'd be happy with that. Well, it seems like it did. It seems like he actually got himself a pretty good strategy for what it was worth. Only about 15 laps to go. Let's see if he can still hang in and put on a decent little showing here in the top 5 bracket. Gordon Larson Jr. is going to pit road. Troy Radford currently right now down on the lower lap total, despite being in the top 10 here. Looking right up ahead here, Holloway still trying to get his lap back. He's got Adrian Mitchell right in front of him. Oh no, wait a minute, no, oh my, hold on. Mitchell somehow, someway saves it. And Todd Poston slowed up right in between. Mitchell cannot be a happy camper as Holloway just completely kicked him into turn 1. But it was the same kind of thing we saw earlier between him and Cody Griffin. You gotta wonder, was Holloway kind of looking back at that and thinking, if I didn't make a move, I was gonna be trapped. And he got the same thing done to him earlier. Mitchell is in pit road. Poston stays out. Holloway is back on his lead lap too, by the way, race fans. So if Poston, once he goes into pit road, he's gonna need to time that strategy well. He's got a couple options: race hard and defend it hard, or you're gonna need to really catapult yourself because you're running out of time now. Luke Gray saying, whoa. Yeah, that can be one of the troublesome situations sometimes. It gets a bit wild in these races. Vince probably looking on at the guy that just cost him his race, in his mind, just going right past him. As a fellow driver, I'll tell you, when you see someone do that to you and then you get them right back on the ends of the meet, you just think to yourself, man, if I can get back to that fella, I'm going to give him my receipt when I need it to. That's how I've always been, unfortunately. I've got a bad habit of kind of getting myself into that point. But I always said, if you do me dirty, I'll get you back eventually. Just may not be when you think. We'll see if that is going to be the tail end. Did he feel like he get drove in dirty? Cody Griffin right now 4.5 seconds back of the field and back over the drive here. Again, Holloway went into pit road a lot earlier on than most did. But everybody's been staying out later in the field trying to exercise the strategy. And you can see even now, drivers like Chantel Pato going back into pit road, having to use it up here. Oh! A huge hit down there, trying to get a name on that one. Whoever just got slammed into the wall, my word. I can't figure out who that was or who got hit in there really well, but that might have been Michael Pratt. And the caution is out. Caution is out. That is going to be a caution, and that was not what some drivers were wanting to see. They're going to get trapped and pit road into that one. Take a look at the replay here. It was Pratt here. Let's take a look at this one. We'll talk about a wild moment. Look at this. Ray Radford. Oh, that was Derek Paulson. Got in there first, and look at Pratt. Oh my goodness, he just scrapes the entire end of the wall. He is sucker punched in. Cody Griffin, oh my goodness. He's got to be thinking of himself as the luckiest driver on earth right now, not getting into Pratt and costing him his race entirely. That was a surreal and scary situation that could have been boiled up here. Let's take a look. We'll look at the replay here. Got to be praying to the Racing Wars now for that one, giving them a little thanks and a little bit of a hallelujah and probably a prayer or two answered there. So coming down from pit road's end, it looks like Paulson's going to get his lap back. Todd Poston's going to be a race leader. Looks like Charles Whitehead currently maybe staying to the back of the pack here. Todd Poston going to deal with Daniel Holloway, kind of leaning up against him here. Holloway looking at the field of cars. He's going to have to maneuver around, hope for the best to get to that 31 camp. Remember, Poston has not won since the first race of this season back at Iowa Speedway. That was the first race win he claimed, and the first one of the season as well for all drivers to race out at. Little did we know what would come next. great rooting on that boy in the 31. Todd is going to be his driver to win it out with, he says. And coming up from the top ab, looks like Holloway is going to catch a break here. DJ Mitchell, I don't think probably too thrilled about this one. That late pit stop, though, really entangled and really detailed what kind of a mess we're thrown into right now. These drivers are currently trying to look at the overall scope and position they're in. Corey Coe is also, I should mention, in this fight, in this race. Cody Griffin, much of the same. Derek Paulson on the lead lap, so still a great chance and opportunity for him to take a shot at it. Mitchell just kind of found himself in the wrong place, the wrong time again. He has a win this season, though, so I mean, that is one thing he can say he's got. But obviously, as a driver, one win does not satisfy your craving. You want more. You want it all. And when you're driving up with a car that in turn is equal in every shape or form for other tracks, it really is now become a fight out for position and for control of your race. Poston really tempting him, trying to figure out how to finish this one out again. In terms of scope, in terms of drive right now, he currently was in lap 76 for pit stops. Holloway was on lap 82, but Corey Coe was on 92 and 93 for Derek Paulson, 92 for Cody Griffin. So that will structure out the field, and Corey Coe has not been to victory lane yet. Could the 20 find a way to pull off the upset here? It's hard to say here, race fans. We'll have 5 laps left when we get into the green flag restart zone here. Tonight's race, of course, presented by Fort Worth Screen Printing and by Lightning Wrapz. A big thank you to them, and a big thank you to all you out there that have been sticking around with us this entire time, this entire race, as well from the little stream issue we had there. Again, for those that were wondering, it was a live timing feed issue. Unfortunately, once we lost that, we really had no way to kind of tell you what was going on, so we had to cut it out for a minute to get the stream back up to normal, grabbing up normal position. I'm glad we did. So now we are going to showcase to you live here on P3 Race TV a strong little showcase in end position. And we'll bring him right off the front straightaway. I have absolutely no idea what the heck that was all about, but 5 laps to go. We're going green. Poston knows he needs to try to hang on, try to stay clear of trouble here. The rest of the field right now not really caring too much about that. Corey Coe looking to try to make a run for it here, make a great opposition, but he's currently scrambling between Troy Radford and DJ Mitchell as they are currently battling for positions. Field laning their way down off the track here in position now. Poston defending off the middle down to the bottom. 4 remains, and now we'll turn to 3. Corey Coe struggling to keep speed up. I think his race may be all but over with. Cody Griffin way too far back despite his winning strategy earlier, it seems. Not going to help in this case here. Three laps left, and look at this. Holloway, he's closing the Village Bank 31 right off of turn 2. The Hershey's Kisses machine is looking for the run, looking for the opening. He's looking to go for the triplicate. He's got a run, and he had the seam. Poston, no run or fight back from him. 2 to go at Texas. But DJ Mitchell lingers in the shadows. Could he possibly have a little revenge ticket received for the 26? Mitchell's laying him back down low, And he's got an eye on that 26 right now in terms of position and in terms of trying to keep the other guy behind him, which is Troy Radford and the others. But ladies and gentlemen, this is your white flag lap here at Texas Motor Speedway, presented by Fort Worth Screen Printing. Todd Poston maybe looking for a bump and run here. Oh, he didn't get nothing there. No give. Holloway trying to defend him off. Going back down to the bottom. He's sending it straight in, and you can see Mitchell. He's going for broke, going for everything here. Poston trying to get him around off the corner. Down to the final edge of the turn. Off of turn number 4, though. 3 in a row. Daniel Holloway wins it at Texas. Got a break when he needed to and may have saved his day out with that little help and run there he got. These guys absolutely killed it on in terms of just craziness and scope of where they were going with it. He'll park it onto the front straightaway to do what he knows to do best. Celebration time. Whoop. Well, I was going to say celebration until I think he may have just forgotten kind of how to control that car down there. I think he's got a bit of a motor going on that one, so it looks like he's going to just call it a day. And oh, there he goes. He's got it going, race fans. There's the burnouts. Race results popping up on your screen here. Let's take a look at it. Holloway defends off and takes down Poston. Corey Coe actually able to move it into second at the last bit. Takes home second place. Todd Poston goes third. Cody Griffin going fourth. Fifth to Derek Paulson. Troy Radford will take sixth. Mitzel being a lap down, unfortunately going to go seventh. Eighth, Tim Williams. Ninth goes to Gordon Larson Jr. Eric Blount goes 10th to round out the top 10. And really, some drivers just kind of found themselves in the right place at the right time, while others probably found themselves at the worst place they can imagine, and that cost them dearly here. But nevertheless, race fans, your positions are as followed and seen in on the show. Third place there for Todd Poston here. Great showing from him. We'll see if he is willing to kind of come in and chat with us here. Corey Coe also with a great showing there from him, and he is now live with us down in pit road here as we talk with the number 20 driver here. Corey, congratulations on that second place today here. Things got a bit wild there at the very last bit. You were going head to head with DJ Mitzel, and it looked like you were trying to get around to that front half early, but then got slowed back down. What a fight though, having come off turn 4 to take home second though.
Yeah, man, you got me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, cool. This is the first time I hit the Discord button. Yeah, I had fresh tires, which they didn't up front. So when he got the gun start, because it starts on the leader, he was able to get enough of a lead to allow me to have to. It was just a little bit of tire spin, fresh tires, and DJ was able to. Even though they're a lap down, they're fighting for track position because if their caution comes out, they get to wrap around, get back on the lead lap. So I don't have any issue with that at all. But just a poor restart on my behalf. If I got a better start, there was no chance they would have held me off, and this would have been my victory. But second place, I'll take it. Working my way up the leaderboard.
Working your way up leaderboard indeed, and now I know with the season kind of closing off and starting to get a bit later in, I mean, how important does this race mean to you to really kind of take a chance at the later half for what's coming up?
Well, I mean, I need a couple victories to really hold off. Holloway's made a late charge. He come in later in the season and hasn't run all the races to my knowledge. but with 3 wins in a row or 2 wins in a row, whatever it is, he's climbing the charts, if not at the top of the charts already. DJ, Anthony, they're doing their things, just consistent drivers, and had a little rough night tonight, from what I can tell, but. Um, yeah, I wanted that victory. I got lucky because I stayed out and everybody short pitted, and I knew that was the only way that I was going to have an opportunity to get to be able to speak to you this evening was to take that chance, set my gas up the way it needs to be set up to where I get on and off pit road and just get a solid top 10, which I think I would have gotten based on where I was at, in, position on the track. But it worked out, and we took home second.
Took home second, but hey, I mean, man, you're gonna get a second place to round out that field. So, who do you want to thank you for that?
Man, just thank Tim and really everybody in the league. I mean, everybody's this is a great group of guys. I know it's hard for the viewers to understand that, and because they're not in the cockpit with us and speaking with everybody, but everybody respects each other. Yeah, you're gonna have your differences from time to time, but it's only a few seconds and you move on, and that's commendable. So yeah, I appreciate everything about the pit stop.
Certainly the case indeed here. Corey, congratulations, man, on this second today.
Thanks, guys.
Corey Cole, ladies and gentlemen, going to come home in second place tonight as the man that brings it home for a third straight time. Ladies and gentlemen, the 26th, Daniel Holloway, brings it a victory lane trip yet again. And Holloway, a little bit of a break, a little bit of a luck there as you kind of cornered down on the final laps there. But for you and this team, I mean, how big was this win to you?
I wasn't expecting to lead most laps tonight. I did not expect the way this car. I thought these tires was gonna fall off, but I got in a groove. Good pit stops, just hitting everything just on mark, and um, if it wasn't for the draft at the earlier in the race, I think I had like a couple seconds, but once those guys got settled in and was lined up, and it's kind of like a draft thing, and started wheeling me down. So, but this car is so different when you're leading compared to sit behind somebody, and it's you have to change your driving style a little bit. And uh, this car, I guess she just wants to be up front there, and she was good up front.
She was good up front. She was hanging on for a good while there. We did notice as well you were pitting in quite a bit compared to, say, some of the other folks there a little bit later on than you were. Was that kind of based off a strategy just to make sure you had enough fuel to finish out ahead of everybody, or was that just kind of be driving too hard and getting the fuel burnt up too quickly?
The first time I thought, man, I might not had enough, but I could have gone one more lap and be with everybody. But that just throws you off a little bit. But no matter what, you still had a pit for that last one, and it all depends on how much you take. And I think I still would have been good throughout the whole pit stops because I was right there with the leaders coming out of the pits and was getting ready to pass them to get ahead. So I think I would have been ahead of them anyways. But that caution came out, and I'm like, uh-oh. um, Probably sitting fourth or fifth, but I think second and third had a pit. Todd stayed out, which unfortunately he ran out of fuel coming out of four right there, and he was questioning. But at least I got around him because man, this car was so fast, and good gosh, I can't believe it.
Yeah, believe it, man. You're taking it on to victory lane. Who do you want to thank?
I gotta thank Pit Stall, Tim put on this league, all these drivers. Um, Nice finish for Todd, and also who was a third? Was it Poe or Co? Good job for him sticking up there. And man, this car was fast. This Hershey kissed this car. Um, Man, she unloaded fast, and she was quick all night. You up in the booth and PTM, and see you next week.
See you next week, indeed. Three at a time here on the season for Daniel Holloway. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, thank you. I think I might have a bounty hunter coming up here.
We'll have to see what happens with that. We'll see what the bounty looks like for you, buddy.
Take care, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Holloway going to bring it home into victory lane to close out tonight. And with that, race fans, that will close out our show indeed. Thanks again to Fort Worth Screen Printing and Lightning Wrapz for all their support this season. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. We'll see you guys next time where the green is flying high.